Hey there, welcome back to this episode of A Sexy Confident Life. Man, I'm so excited to talk about dieting today because it is the hottest topic of conversation usually in the new year, and I know that you're probably thinking about it too. I know that when you think about getting healthier, you're thinking about dieting, right? And so I wanted to touch on the 3 reasons why you should never freaking diet again. This is a philosophy that I've had for many, many years as a fitness professional. I am friends with amazing nutritionists that also have this same philosophy because they truly believe in the same ways of living life and being good to your body and being, being kind, if you will, to the needs that your body has. Over the goals that you want to reach fast. Because I know that you've got goals that you want to reach, right? And maybe they're massive weight loss goals or maybe they're small weight loss goals. But a lot of people will go and abuse their body to reach a goal, which only ends up biting you in the ass later. And many of you know that because I know so many people that have been on the roller coaster diet plan for a long time. They go on a diet, they go off the diet, they gain the weight back. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And so today, I want to address dieting as a restriction. Okay, because yes, diet is just simply how you eat. If you look it up in the dictionary, like your diet is what basically makes up your food intake for each day. That is the basis of your diet. But in this case, I'm talking about dieting in a sense of really calorie restriction, deprivation, like strict dieting, right? You're taking away, important nutrients, calories, and things that almost mentally mess you up when you go on some type of very restrictive diet in order to reach a quick weight loss goal. And this is something that many people are doing. And what's happening is it's creating this really unhealthy relationship with food. So think about right now, the last time you went on a very strict or deprived diet plan and you're like, this is gonna help me lose the weight. Finally, I'm gonna feel better. I just gotta drop these 10 pounds or 40 pounds and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stick with it. I know I can do it. And you start it and you're holding back, the willpower's working, you're not eating certain things anymore. Your body is like really pissed at you at first, but then you get used to it, right? And you start losing the weight and you start feeling better. And you start all of a sudden getting accustomed to this new way of eating and this new diet. And then all of a sudden you go off it for like a day and your body gets a taste of what it hasn't had. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I just totally blew that diet. So it doesn't matter if I just eat like crap for the weekend. You eat like crap for the weekend and you gain like 5 pounds back. What the hell happened, right? Oh my God, it was just 2 days. Why did I gain all that weight back? And then all of a sudden you slowly figure out that this isn't something you can sustain forever. And so you try to find a middle ground, right? You're like, I'm still trying to be like in that diet, but I'm trying to modify it and make it my own, right? But I'm gaining the weight back. Now I'm frustrated. And now I hate food, right? Like now it's this battle with food. Every time I think about eating something, I'm analyzing it. I'm stressing about it if I ever go off my plan. And all of a sudden your weight starts to fluctuate too much, right? Up and down, up and down. And not only is your relationship with food now terrible, but now your health is terrible because it's not healthy for your body to continuously gain and lose weight quickly. As an exercise physiologist, I studied the body inside and out, and I mostly studied it to help people who were sick get healthy again. And then I converted my efforts because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to just help the sick get healthy. I want the healthy to avoid sickness. And that's why I'm having this conversation with you guys. And I want to express the importance of why these strict calorie deprived diets can hurt you unless it's being prescribed by a professional. Unless you went to a nutritionist or a dietitian and they said, listen, with your condition, because you're close to sickness, that we suggest that you go on this kind of a diet plan and take care of yourself, then you can follow their guidelines because they're going to give you something that's going to be good for you. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. It's all the different fad diets out there that have been, that have been tested and approved and people are getting results. Those are the ones to question. And I'm going to tell you why in this episode. And I want you to be very, very cautious about going on these fad diets and believing that what works for a certain group of people is going to work for you. All right? And at the end of this episode, you can decide. You can decide what's best for you as long as you're informed. I believe that education is the number one thing we all need to make the best decisions for our life. And so you don't have to listen to me after this episode. You can say, Anna, screw you. You know what? I'm going to do what I want to do and you can suck it. But that's fine. But I want you to hear both sides of the story. I want you to listen to more than just maybe the one bird that's been chirping in your ear or the one influencer you've been following who does a diet that it works for, that you think it'll work for you and it hasn't yet, but you keep trying to push yourself in that direction. I want you to get informed and educated on basically why following certain calorie restrictive diets might not work for you and why in the long term it can hurt you, okay? Not just mentally, but physically. So as we go into this, I want you to think about number one, that the biggest reason I believe that you should never go on one of those deprivation diets again is because we're all different. And we have to become conscious eaters. And what I mean by that is that everybody's body is made differently, right? Our chemistry is just different. And so if Sally, your girlfriend down the road, did this diet that really worked for her and she's loving it, she's living it, she's fit and healthy, it doesn't necessarily mean that adopting her same diet is going to work for you. Right? Because your body is different, it reacts differently, and you might not be able to sustain what she's doing. And so the number one, like the greatest thing you can do for your body is to be the investigator of your own nutrition. Be the tester, the planner. You have to get in tune with yourself. Hate to say it, but you got to do a little work in knowing your body and how it reacts and responds to food. Most people know most people know, you know what, Anna, I cannot eat cottage cheese. It'll give me gas all day. I'll feel totally bloated. I'm like, oh, good. You're in tune with your body. You know what kinds of foods make you feel good and what foods don't. Everybody should know that. Everybody should know that if they eat French fries and they feel energized and fueled up and they don't feel like they're going to go into a food coma, or if they are, you should know how you're going to feel when you eat certain things. Am I right? So in your mind right now, ask yourself, do I know what foods make me feel amazing and what foods don't? And then you then decide how you're going to feel when you eat. I mean, you get to choose. Some people really haven't even gotten in tune with that. It blows my mind how they'll go on every diet that's out there, but they'll never actually take a week to evaluate what they eat and how it makes them feel. I mean, that is week 1 in my Never Diet Again program. Week 1, we evaluate how we feel with food. Because if you don't get in tune with you and you don't establish that like healthy relationship with food, man, you're just gonna keep trying to guess what next, what's gonna work for me, when really you have all the answers in yourself, in your own meal plan, in your own planning. You just gotta figure it out. You gotta say, oh, I ate that, it made me feel like crap, but I ate that. Ooh, I felt energized and I felt satisfied. Great. That's a real good keeper. I'm going to put that on the plan. That's going to be a part of my diet, right? This is so important, you guys. So getting in tune, being conscious to how food makes you feel, and creating that good, healthy relationship with the foods that fire you up, that make you feel good, that don't make you feel bloated, don't make you feel tired, Don't make you feel like you're craving more right after you eat. I know some people, they'll live on salad and chicken for lunch. And right after they eat lunch, it's about 20, 30 minutes later, they're freaking craving sugar like a crazy person, right? And I'm like, wonder why. You weren't satisfied from that salad. Your body needed more, right? So now you're craving sugar because you didn't get any kind of complex carbohydrate. You're like starving for sugar, right? Because you think, I just have a sweet tooth. No, you just didn't give yourself any kind of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are not the devil, people, right? They are just a type of energy that your body gets. And you can have a simple sugar or you can have a complex sugar. And if you have like a lentil or a bean or an oat or something that's healthy or a potato, I think that they're all healthy because many of them make me feel great. But maybe they don't make you feel great. So all of them, all the sugars and the complex sugars, like the carbohydrates, don't make you feel great. Figure out which ones do. Because your body needs them. Trust me, they do. That's why you're craving sugar. Okay, so that's a little bit of a tangent, but listen, if you remember one thing, the number one reason why you should never go on those deprived diets, again, those fad diets, those things that are restricting you from eating certain foods, you have to first become conscious of your own diet needs. What does your body need? What's it asking for? What makes it feel good? What makes it feel tired? Do the work, right? That's why in week 1 of my Never Diet Again program, I simply have you do that work. You take the time for yourself to become your own expert master in your own diet plan. It's so fantastic. All right, number 2, the second reason you should never diet again is because you're first of all thinking weight loss. When you go on a diet, you're thinking, I want to lose weight. And that's why I don't want you to diet. It's like a kind of contradictory thing there. I want you to next time think about energy being your primary objective. Energy. That's what I said. Not weight loss, energy. If you want to lose weight, you have to master your energy first. So your first goal should not be weight loss. Your first goal should be energy. And if it is, if you're like, okay, Anna, I'll take your advice. I'm going to master my energy before I focus on weight loss. Then I'm going to say, amazing. Now, what are those things that allow you to master your energy in your day? Think about it, right? Think about it. What makes you feel the most energized? Come on, you know. It's probably when you're eating healthy, number 1, right? Yes, you feel more energized. When you're sleeping through the night and you're getting good enough sleep, yeah, feels good. When you're staying hydrated, when you're drinking water, right? When you're not that stressed. Don't you feel more energized when you're not under stress or when you don't have a lot of anxiety or stress in your life? Yes. Ooh, when you're strong, when your body feels strong, don't you feel energized when you like have this like strength in your body because you've been working out? Yeah. Let's see, what else? Oh, when you're active, when you're just like going for walks and you're moving after you did a stretch or a yoga session, how good do you feel? Like how energized you feel when you get out of a yoga class, right? Because you not only moved, but you worked on your breath, right? So you brought new oxygen to your body and you infused yourself with like some mental clarity and relaxation because you actually just like let your mind calm for like 10 minutes at the end, right? Those are energy habits, my friends, and I'm just going into the simple ones that you know are probably missing in your daily routine, right? If you've got all those simple daily habits and practices that are boosting your energy, then your body is going to be like the most energized ever. And to be honest with you, you're naturally going to lose weight. It doesn't even have to be your objective. But a lot of times when the objective is weight, people focus on food only. They don't focus on all the other energy habits that are truly going to build their body up to be the strongest human body possible in order to carry you through the journey of dropping the excess weight that it does not need. And if you're feeling more energized, you're not only feeling better physically, you're feeling better mentally, you're able to do more, you're able to kind of like sustain a certain tempo throughout the day, which makes you less lazy, right? It makes you less sedentary, less stressed out. And all those things contribute to your weight. It does, it truly does. And I mean, if you read the studies, and you even like Ariana Huffington's been writing books and books about sleep and how that is such a major contributor to weight gain, So don't ignore it. Don't ignore that energy should be your number one focus. And that is, my friend, that is the number one objective in my Never Diet Again program. I help you feel so freaking energized, it's out of control. And I give you my 7 different recovery tips. Because if your body isn't recovering from the day, if it's not recovering from a workout, if it's not recovering in a quick manner, you're gonna slowly deplete day after day after day after day. And those of you that are going into those diets and those extreme fitness programs right away, you slowly deplete each day. That's why you burn out after like 14 days. You try to make it to the 21 days, but you're like, oh my God, I'm so sore. I'm so tired. I don't like this. This is so painful. I'm going back to my other lifestyle because this is too hard. I hate that. I hate that because it's not too hard. You're just pushing yourself too far to the extreme that you're not giving your body a chance to keep up. And your body is the one you're trying to serve, right? Your mind is like, whew, I'm already at the end goal, Anna. I want to be there. I want that weight loss like tomorrow. But I'm like, sorry, sister. It took you a long time to get to where you are today. It's gonna take a little time to get back. Accept it. But you know what? You can do it. And if you focus on energy first, my sister, I know you are gonna feel the best you've ever felt. And you are never gonna have to go on a diet again. Now, the third thing is lifestyle. The third reason I don't want you to diet again and go on one of those calorie restrictive diets is because you need to establish a lifestyle plan, not a temporary plan. Temporary plans don't last. It's like those quick fixes or magic solutions that tell you you can eat whatever you want and still lose the weight by taking this supplement or drinking this or taking this pill. It doesn't matter. It speeds your metabolism naturally. Freaking run for the hills, my friend, if you hear that advertisement or if you hear it come out of anyone's mouth because they're selling you a boatload of crap. It's not science. It's not healthy. It's not sustainable. And I don't care who just decides to disagree with me, jump on your podcast and tell me why I'm wrong, right? Tell me why. Talk to the nutritionists and the dietitians and all the health experts out there and prove to them that your chemically derived formula that's gonna change my metabolism and let me eat whatever I want and still lose the weight is better than establishing a lifestyle plan that I can sustain forever. You can't do it. You can't prove it. And you know what? I'm here to tell you guys that if you're looking for the quick fix and you're looking for the magic pill, you have more work to do than just changing your food intake. You've got a mental game to play now. You've got to get clear on who you are and why you're doing the things you're doing. It's mental for you right now. And I'm gonna say that because in my Never Diet Again program, we talk about mindfulness. We talk about self-love. We talk about self-care. Because when you're looking for the quick solutions that are gonna get you there tomorrow, regardless of the repercussions, regardless of if you can sustain it or not, then you're not mentally clear on your values and really where you wanna go in your future, physically, mentally, emotionally. You've got to get in tune with that. And you've got to say, why do I need the weight loss tomorrow? Why can't I just start to level up my energy and feel good about myself that way? And let the weight come off naturally and let myself start living a healthier lifestyle. Why do I need to eat unhealthy and take a pill in order to feel good about myself? Those are questions for you. I'm asking you. Because that's the important question no one's asking you. And that's the question you need to answer. You got to get real with yourself, sisters. You've got to start stepping up your game, and you got to start really, really understanding how it sabotages your plan to feel your best, to live your best when you're going for the quick fix. Establishing the lifestyle plan is going to give you consistency so that you don't have to say, oh my God, when is this diet over? Oh, has it been 21 days yet? When can I go back to eating the way I used to? Well, the thing is that when you do, you've jacked your metabolism up so much that now you just gain the weight back and you're back to like the beginning again. The frustration, the feelings of failure. I couldn't do it. I can't sustain it. But it's going back to number one. Everyone's different. Some people need to go on certain restrictive diets, like the keto diet. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing for some people. Some people really operate well and some people really need it. There's a very big sick population that needs the keto diet simply for the reasons of their condition. But then there's a lot of people that want to go on a keto diet simply for preference, right? And it makes them feel good. That's awesome. They've found out and they've figured out what works for them. And that is good. Some people, they'll go on the Mediterranean diet because it feels good to them. And they're following a system that really makes sense to them and feels good to them, and they can sustain it for their lifestyle. Awesome. But I'm talking to those of you that are going on these diets that you feel so deprived, you feel restricted, you feel like it's actually taking away your social life or restricting you from doing certain things you love, and all of a sudden you're becoming bitter, you're becoming angry, you're becoming starved, and then you go off on these big binges because you just can't wait to have a burger. That is when you're not helping yourself. You're hurting yourself. And that's when you really got to get back to you. What feels good to you? What can you sustain? And what are you doing in your plan that's really firing up your energy? It's all those three things. I believe that, there's probably more. I could probably have written and journaled 18 more reasons why you should not diet and go on these calorie restrictive diets. But those are big three that I want you to think about today in your life and say, am I in tune with how food makes me feel? Do I have that meal plan of my VIPs? I call them VIMs, my very important meals list, right? In my program, my Never Diet Again program, which I hope you guys will consider checking out. And then, am I doing all the things to master my energy? Are you the master of your energy? Because that is what it's gonna take to find that you can reach your ideal weight and drop excess weight in your life. Then you have to establish that lifestyle plan for consistency. It's all about consistency, my friends. It's not happening tomorrow as much as you want it to. It isn't gonna happen. And if it does happen in a week, it's not gonna stay. If it happens too fast, it's not something you can sustain. And so you want to give your body a chance to keep up. You want to give your body a chance to develop habits that it can do for a long time so that you have a joyful experience in life. Not an unhealthy relationship with food, not a bitter relationship with a diet, not a social life that's restricted where you can't have a glass of wine because it's not a part of your diet. And so you feel all mad that, your weight is the reason you can't be social. That is so not the case, right? There's many things you can do in your life to be your healthiest ever, to lose the weight without going out and reaching for one of those fad diets, quick fixes, or something that's promising you the easy way to that long-term, sustainable, healthy lifestyle. It's gonna take your efforts, and that's the bottom line, right? It's gonna take your efforts to do the work and to find your path, to find your ideal diet. And I know you can do it if you want to. Getting back to the mental game. Get back to in tune with who you are, who you want to be, why you're doing what you're doing, why the weight matters, why the healthy lifestyle matters. Because if you want to sustain that healthy weight loss and you want to live, that certain size and that certain weight, you've got to do it consistently in your lifestyle. It's what you eat, it's how you sleep, it's how you maintain your stress, it's how you move, right? It's all of those things combined that are going to give you the results you want for the long term. So I hope this podcast served you today. I love talking about this at the top of the year because it's on everybody's mind. And if you're interested in running through my Never Diet Again program, I highly suggest you check out my show notes, you check out my website underneath this podcast, and check out the system I've created to help you reach that Never Diet Again goal. And always feel your best, live your best, and become that stronger, sexier, and more confident you. I'll see you guys next episode. Peace out.